And good morning, everyone. Extra shot time with me and the girls. We're kikiing it up here on the couches on this Wednesday. If you're not familiar, kiki, like a little...
like a chit-chat.
Chit-chat.
Like a girls' party.
An after party to the morning
official
blend.
term is a gathering of friends. But
That's right. You looked up on Urban Dictionary. Come here,
I looked it up.
This is what girlfriends do for each other.
me.
We're just fixing our hair right here. Who knows what I look like? We've been on the air. We've been in meetings. Here we are, though, to dive deep on these topics.
Yeah.
Feel free, please. Actually, we're encouraging you. Chime in down below all the topics we are about to talk about. Dina, because let's just be real here. Can I be real?
Yeah.
Tablet dead.
Oh, no, look. Listen, come over here.
So Dina's the only
This is what
one.
we're working with.
I got us up.
Dina's
This
the
is
only
what
one
we're
that can
working
see your
with,
comments. Yeah.
Out
the
here
raggedy.
riding dirty.
I might choose to tell you what comments I'm seeing, ladies.
Okay, you
I
share
got
with us. Dina's tracking it. Okay, so let's dive right into the YouTube parents. Have you guys heard about YouTube parents? They were on GMA last week. So we're going to talk about this because it's really interesting as to what happened again. Another viral story happened because of the internet. These parents, YouTube parents by the name of Mike and Heather. Okay, Mike is the biological father of these kids. Heather is the stepmom. So Mike decides and Heather together to create this YouTube channel called Daddy of 5, and they post these videos, and they had over 2 million hits on a lot of these videos over the course of time of their kids being pushed around literally, so physically, emotionally being abused. And I use air quotes because according to dad and to stepmom, a lot of these videos were staged, right? They were produced, which is, I look at it and go, well, then you guys had to actually think about, I'm going to push my son at one point, or I'm going to push my daughter at one point, which is the issue. People are saying, this is child abuse being broadcasted, if you will, on YouTube. And so what people did online, not only did they watch, but they created a change.org petition. They wanted to get the attention of CPS, Child Protective Services, to say, look what's happening online, and these people are getting attention. And they were getting money, of course, because when you get that many views on YouTube, it's a job for a lot of people. This is how they create income for themselves because of advertisement dollars. And so it's a bittersweet story, bitter in the fact that now these parents, the dad and the stepmom, lost full custody of the kids. Emergency custody went to the real mom, the biological mother. Her name is Rose. Because of this, the sweet part, according to the dad and the stepmom, is that they were getting, he said, a ton of money to go towards the college tuition for these kids one day. So he thought, at least that's what they're claiming, he and the stepmom to these kids thought they were doing the kids justice by saying, okay, well, we're creating a fund for you to go off to college, but really you're creating their minds to think, according to the real mother, that these kids have to go through extensive amounts of therapy now because they've been abused, they've been broadcasted, they've been talked about, and now the kids feel guilty. Bless you.
Sorry.
The kids feel guilty that they're part of the reason why they can't see their dad and their stepmother, and they just feel bad. So what do you guys think about this? And are you guys outraged? Are you fine with this? The fact that people can go online now, get all this attention and money to go towards something good while doing something bad?
Well, can I just say, fake abuse, internet abuse,
Real
abuse as a spoof is abuse.
Right.
These kids do not have the mental capacity, nor should they, to have to decipher what is real and what is not. And if this is what they're teaching their kids, if we want to make money for your college, we're going to just be a little more rude to you and then broadcast it for the world to see.
This is all fake, though.
I mean, not only is this the physical abuse, but now the mental abuse, and now these kids being stripped from their father. I mean, they created an awful situation for their children, and I am so glad that the public started the change.org petition. I mean, enough people watched it, but I'm hoping that enough people watched it with disgust to try to spread the negativity about this, and not because they were amused by it. But it's just shocking.
It's shocking. They have since come out and they spoke and they said, we can't believe that we did this. No, yes, they're apologizing. They took down all of the videos, and I don't know how many videos were posted. All of the videos have since come down from that Daddy of 5 YouTube channel. The only video that exists now is of their apology. And the stepmom is crying. She's in tears saying, I can't believe that we did this. When I look at it now, I think I would have done the same thing as someone watching a video like this. I would have done the same thing, signed that petition, wanted CPS to come after parents like us.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people have to be held accountable to some extent in regards to this. So you have viewers tuning in weekly. I don't know if it was weekly, bi-weekly, every day to these videos. So one, as a viewer, were you okay with this until things start to happen? Because in order to get money from YouTube or sponsors or advertising dollars, a lot of people got to watch. So a lot of people were tuning into this. One. Yeah. Two, YouTube and in general. So if this is the content that we're putting on our platform, then again, you have to be there. Maybe there's some questions underneath that. And then as a parent, you didn't know that this was bad until someone told you it was bad.
And now, in an effort to keep yourself out of jail or for any further, abuse to come down on you, you think, oh my gosh, of course I'm going to come out and apologize, right?
And I'm curious. Yeah. So Danica Brenner actually said that she watched their previous prank videos, but when I saw this, I couldn't watch the full video. So Danica, if you would give us some insight on what these videos were about before the big viral prank videos started becoming an issue, because I'm curious to see why people were going to their page, what kind of videos were sparking your interest, and when did it become so violent, and was it obvious, was it noticeable, is this something that they gradually built up over time? I'm not familiar with it, so I'm not sure.
Well, and although the videos are officially down from the Daddy of Five YouTube channel, which is where they were originally posted, you know the internet. Cornelia, you've been on internet shows before. You know that once it lives on the internet, it lives on the internet, and people record with their phones if they know that one day this isn't going to turn out so good. We're going to save this for when all those videos are down. They repost them on their page to get the views because now it's in the headlines. People want to see, well, what do these videos look like?
Right.
I did have a chance, Dina, to look at one of the videos, at least the beginning of it, and it shows the dad saying, pick up your Legos, like obviously being acting in a sense. It felt like he was acting because he's holding the camera and telling the kid, pick up your Legos. As he's going up the stairs, he starts pushing the kid, but pretty forcefully pushing him, and the kid's retaliating and saying, no, I'm not going to pick up the Legos. You can't come up the stairs. And he keeps pushing him. The next scene, I mean, these were produced. The next scene, the kid is in the bathtub and he's yelling, just being verbally abusive. But if you guys have seen more videos, I don't know how abusive it did get, but just to see that online, it's like, wait, why are we doing this again?
And maybe this opens up the conversation again, because we've talked about this with the Facebook incidents and the unfortunate events where people died on Facebook Live. Maybe this is another conversation. What access should people have on platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram?
Who's monitoring
and
it all?
when it comes down to something that you're doing for profit or as a job, then you have a bigger responsibility. Because if you can't show certain things, and I'm not saying you can't show abusive scenes on TV and in movies.
There's profanity as well.
Exactly, but if there's certain guidelines for TV, then at one point we're going to have to talk about that being for YouTube as well, because you can watch a regular show on YouTube. Maybe it's shorter because it's a web series, but maybe the same standards need to apply.
Does everything go? Like, is everything allowed? We're getting into this world where who manages it? Who's the YouTube god out there? Who says?
And too much censorship is another issue. People will become upset if you try to take away some of the rights that they have. So, but I do want to continue to bring your comments in because these are great. We also saw, let's see, it's updating now. Kimberly Morgan said college tuition from the expense of their kids' humiliation. No way. I completely agree with you there. And then also Trisha said these parents are vile and should both be arrested. And in fact, their kids were taken away and now their mom has custody.
Emergency custody, full custody. Let's go. I actually was able to get the comments through Facebook now on my phone. Okay. Carolina says child abuse affects the way the brain develops. Their cognitive and social developments are the first to be developed. These kids are young. Emma and Cody. It's going to be interesting to see just how much therapy they will need, if any at all. I don't know how much production went into these. According to them, the parents, some of them were staged, some were not. But yeah, the cognitive developments, like she mentioned, it starts at an extremely early age. So are they going to carry this with them through life to say, who knows if they're going to be able to see their father again legally, or what happes with CPS and these parents after.
Also, it brings up the bigger conversation kind of as we wrap this up to when you see something, what do you do as a viewer? Being the person who doesn't sit back and watches. I mean, if there's something that feels off to you, and I say this all the time to friends and family members just because I'm so into social media, if you see a post that seems off for whatever reason, report it.
Yeah.
We get things all the time and unfortunately to our social media accounts that I've had to report. And if no one does that, then these things can continue to go on for so much longer. And so I think it's the responsibility of the viewer. If you're going to keep clicking on things and you know that it's not right, we have our own responsibility to make it right.
Because the people behind it are getting money.
Yep. Clicks matter, guys.
Clicks.
Every click matters. And if you're clicking on the wrong thing, guess what you're going to get? More of the wrong thing. That's just how it works. So, like Gina said, it was very well said. What are we doing, and the responsibility on us
As viewers.
As viewers, we have to take responsibility. Everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, keep chiming in. I know you guys are talking about this. We do appreciate your comments.